Pitches up. Mark.
Alright. Dare was an idea that I had been thinking about for a little while, and it developed a lot from the initial plot that we had. It was so different to what it ended up being.
The initial idea actually started off as that it would be filmed on iPhones.
Yeah, it went through, I think, anywhere between 5 and 10 different versions of the script. I threw them at Alex and Rachel.
Dare was originally pitched to me on the set during downtime on one of our previous films called Just Say Yes. And the idea was about a group of friends that would take off to the country on one of their annual camping trips, but then stuff started happening and it started going wrong. And
So the characters I kind of pre-casted with my friends, so that was kind of easier to write around them. So all the characters they sort of represent the real person in a way, I guess, because we were trying to make the script as real as possible. We didn't want this kind of overplayed movie. We wanted it to seem like these group of kids went out as best friends and didn't come back.
Come on, Jack. Smile.
So the characters, they're all kind of a bit stereotypical in their own sense. You've got Carter, who's the kind of jock sort of type. Then you've got Reed, who's the macho pretty boy of the group, I guess. You've got Ren, who's kind of a bit of the lone wolf in the group, I guess. Kind of, it's the other three and then her, but they all still fit together really well. And then you've got Sienna, who's like kind of the bitch, but she's nice to you, which is my character, so watch out. And then you've got Jacob, which is Sienna's little brother, so he's the character that really kind of flips the movie on its head, because this year it's different and it's all because of him.
We had our first script read through with the whole cast, which kind of, we wanted to create a sense of, we were already a big team. However, we had like a few other people coming on, like Amber, Eden, Jacob, even Tom. He wasn't there for the rehearsal, but we had extra people coming on that we knew, but we wanted to create this dynamic that matched the one we had for the friends in the movie. So it was a chance for everyone to kind of get to know each other that hadn't previously met, and you know, kind of get a feel for the script. So we had a big script read through. We gave everyone a brief, so it had where we were filming, the entire dates of it, how long we were going to be there for, and it was a literal scene by scene schedule as well. So the cast and crew knew what to prepare themselves for, how long the shoots were going to be, which they were at least 14-hour days each day, because we were only on location for 2 days and we needed to pretty much power through everything. So that first initial rehearsal was just to get all of that in order. Okay, I'm gonna go as slow as possible.
Number one problem faced on location: cows.
Finding this location could have not been more of a dream. It was 100% what I had in my head, which was really weird because you can never find, it never works like that, ever.
I pitched it to April. I found it on Google Earth and I said, I know of this location.
And from there we found the owners, contacted them, actually went and saw them, had a bit of a sit down, spoke to them about what we wanted to do on their property, obviously, and they thankfully enough agreed to let us film on their property, which was absolutely beautiful. And we were there, I think, for about 2-3 hours that day, just honestly driving around like the countryside. It was sweet.
And the fire and everything.
Fire pit.
It's hopefully a barn, very creepy barn. But then the barn we're thinking about using, just down there.
If you have to film in the countryside, I cannot stress enough, don't sleep in tents. Or if you sleep in tents, bring your whole wardrobe because it's freezing. That was probably the hardest shoot that I've ever had to do as an actor, because during the day we were working in 30-degree heat. Sunscreen was always being applied, yet we still got burnt to little crisps. And then at night time, temperatures dropped it was insane.
Got Mr. Boom.
Yeah, we're just getting him warm.
It was very, 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 very cold. So that was hard to kind of keep focused when your whole body is just like working against you. But sleeping was fun. We didn't get much of it because of cows.
Waking up and there is a cow trying to eat all of our food. I had to shoo him away because his head was in our seat.
That I faced on location was getting to and from the location. We had to first think about how many support vehicles we wanted and the types of equipment that we needed, and also we had to bring back up everything because we did not know exactly how it was going to go on set. We had to bring all of our own water, our food, all of our own power supplies. I was running around on set constantly with the camera either strapped to me or on my shoulder, and running power from the main house. We had like 200 meters of cable that we had to lay each night to just get our lights working.
It was us going on a road trip to film a road trip. Everything that the characters did in the film, we basically did except die. So, you know, there was a lot of challenges. Probably the biggest one was that everyone forgot cutlery. So, yeah. That was like probably the worst thing. I would take sleeping in the cold over eating baked beans.
Out of my head.
Out of my head.
As I said previously, we had 2 days to shoot. So that was honestly every minute that we were there, we were doing something. It was never, we were never wasting time. We were utilizing while we were there. But we ran into some complications regarding special effects, and we got to a point and we just said we're gonna have to come back.
Okay, so we're back on location for round 2 of principal photography, and it's about 3.5 weeks after we were first here, and everything's still intact. Like, we've got the tree and everything behind us, you know, beautiful sunset, dam's still here, everything's all still in. We're all set up, we're ready to go. I'm a little bit sick this time, but we're sweet.
So with the next slip, we ran into a lot of complications, but what I'm going to start off with saying is, Amber Travers, I love you so much. Your commitment and dedication to this film did not go unnoticed, and we all appreciated how hard you worked that night, and it paid off 100% by the end of it. But all of us getting through that night was a bitch. We separated the cast and crew, and the only really 100% people that were needed in that scene stayed. The rest of us went up to the camp and just talked around and goofed around while they were shooting.
She did the most amazing job. She previously showed us exactly how she was going to do it, and you know, it was very tricky. Like, it was something that only she could do. Like, none of us would have been able to pull that off the way that she did.
But we had one take, one try to get this right. So if it worked the first time, we would have been cheering, but you can't expect everything to work the first time, especially when equipment breaks. So we had to come back because I wasn't letting that next sleep not happen in this movie. So it kind of gave with the break as well as with the next sleep problems, it gave us time to then run tests and things like that to make sure it was going to work when we came back. And when we came back, it was, holy crap, it worked so well, as you guys would have seen in the movie. And I'm blown away, honestly, by what Amber did, because me asking her to do a neck slit was not, it was, yeah, she was just like, look, we'll try, we'll see what happens, and it paid off. It didn't work the first time, but it worked the second time. Action! With the fact that I almost died on set, being 100% serious right now, that was actually very terrifying. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, I think, shivering my absolute butt off, and the ground was covered in dew. And I was wearing tights, combat boots, and a singlet. It wasn't even a hill, but because there's cows on the property, there's always ditches every now and again. Slipped over and my shoulder, it looks hilarious on camera it really does. I even laugh at it, but I slipped and my shoulder and head collided with the ground. I wasn't allowed to sleep because we were worried of a concussion, and yeah, it was very, very scary. So if you...
The antics sunset, something that we were probably more prepared for than anything else, having previously all worked together.
God, Nick and Nathan, I don't even know where to start. You guys are hilarious, and I think you kept us all sane a little bit on set. We all very much delved into the horror aspect, and we're all in a bit of a serious mode the whole time, where it was almost like they knew and they picked up on it, and they just said the most stupidest jokes, and was like, Nathan freestyle rapped in a car and we were shooting montage stuff. Nick was just being Nick the whole time.
I practice a lot at work.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god!
Can you please say my name is Jeff?
I can't do it again. I just really like fires, you know.
Hey Jack, look, I'm warming my arsehole.
Can I have a pizza?
Something that I'm so incredibly thankful for is that just everyone on the set, both cast and crew, and even all of our family back home, and the people that own the property that we shot on, they were just so incredibly supportive and kind and generous, and they were like, our cast and crew was just so ready for anything that we threw at them.
I can honestly say everyone embodied exactly what we wanted from them, and it was a dream come true. Like, I could not thank everyone individually, cast and crew, for what they did and what they brought to the table, because it wouldn't have run as smoothly and as perfectly as it did without each individual person that was there. Like,
And to see it as a final product is insane, and I want to thank everyone. I'm not gonna cry. Everyone that was involved, everyone that pushed us all to be where we needed to be. I thank you immensely, because 100% this film would have not happened without any of you, and thank you for agreeing to be in a horror film where you all die very brutal deaths, and just for being awesome on set, because none of you complained. We all complained as a group, but none of you individually complained that you didn't want to be there. We were all there for a purpose, and I couldn't have asked for a better cast and crew.